Cool.
Heyo, welcome to a Team S&G deck profile. This one's going to be formatted a little bit differently than normal. As you can see, we are not in the regular area that we film these. We are on the train. We are heading off to the regionals in Reading. And when I say we, I actually mean we, because believe it or not, we're with someone. This is Chris Tulio. He's our buddy. You're going to tell us about what you're going to be playing today. So we're going to start with 3 questions. First one's not really important at all.
Okay.
What deck are you playing today?
I'm going to be playing Cyber Dragon, Chris.
Okay. The second one, also not really important. How well do you hope to do today?
Have to 50-50.
Okay. And finally, the most important question ever asked. What is your favorite color of Ojama?
Oh, that's a tough one, Chris.
Yeah.
It does vary, but I think I'll have to go with red.
Okay, is that because you like the yellow bikini?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes,
Okay.
it is. I look very good in it.
Yeah, fantastic. Alright. So stick around, we're gonna go over Chris's deck and all of that. And I'm also gonna be playing Ancient Warriors. I'm hoping to go 50-50. I don't know if that's all that likely with a deck that's just come out and doesn't have a ton of support. And finally, I think I'd have to go with blue, but that's just because I actually play Yojamas, which is just depressing at times. Alright, so let's get into them. Alright, so here we are with Chris Tulio after the Reading's regional. As you know, his goal was to win no games, and well, I've been told he failed. So
Win no games, yes, that was.
That was what you said on the train this morning.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
that could have been.
Yeah. All right.
I was more picturing the bikini at the time, so you know.
Yeah. Ojama red's yellow bikini. Does it for lots of people. All right. So, how did you do today at the regionals?
Well, I came 7th, and I lost twice to Spirals and invoked Mech Knight.
Okay.
Deck.
Yeah, Invoke Mech Knight was definitely running around today. Did you have fun?
Yeah, it was great fun. Loved it.
Good.
Yeah, got quite a nice long winning streak up until the last 2 games. So,
If you're going to lose any, losing the last 2 is probably the best 2 to lose.
well, exactly. Yeah, that's what I thought.
All right, so shall we get into it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's start out with the monsters.
Right. Okay. So, with the monsters, to all you normal Cyber Dragon players, I'm sure you know this. Running the 3 Hertz.
Right.
Level 1. If it goes to grave, it allows you to add back any Cyber Dragon from your deck or graveyard back to hand. Nice simple tip for beginners to remember, because it can also add back every single Cyber Dragon from the graveyard to the hand.
Except those Galaxy Soldiers we saw.
Except Galaxy Soldiers. They may be Cyber Dragon in spirit, but sadly not in name. So yeah, the other thing you can do, which I haven't never got a chance to do this tournament, was you can special summon it back and it becomes level 5. So it's another way for you to get into your level 5 plays.
Okay.
Solid play. Next up, play 3 Nashters.
Okay.
Natchester. Yeah, what does it say? This is essentially like a walking Cyber Dragon monster reborn. You can attack, you can ditch 1 to summon it. It has to be a monster you ditch. And it can target a monster in your graveyard with 2/1 attack or defense, as long as it's a machine, and it can summon it. So,
Okay.
you know, virtually your entire deck, so virtually at least half your extra deck if you're playing it right, and a lot of cards in your deck. You know, if you're playing again, Cyber Dragons, you can always bring it back. And again, it's level 1, but the thing is, once you do the effect to summon, you can't then go into anything that is a machine. So it's worth something to remember.
Okay.
It's on board at the end of the turn. Then next turn, if you've got Link Reaver in the graveyard, you can always tribute it off for Link Reaver. So that was Natchester. Then the core of the deck, of course, Cyber Dragon Core.
Right.
Basically the deck main engine. So when it's normal summoned, it allows you to search out a cyber spell trap, basically.
Okay.
It has to go off on summon. which is annoying. It's not an optional effect. Which leaves it wide open to things like Ash and Veilers and whatnot.
Right.
Having said that, didn't get Ash or Veiled this tournament, so it's a bit silly if you try and Ash Veiled, I guess, because you can then do machine dupe on it and you go, oh shit, I've used my Ash.
Yep.
But, you know. So that's all. So that's the other thing you can do is if it's in the graveyard and you can try a monster, you can banish it to summon a Sour Dragon monster.
Okay.
Not Sour Dragon monster from your deck.
Okay.
So any of these previous Sour Dragons.
The Nashters, the Hurts.
That's via Sour Dragon indeed.
Yeah.
From your deck.
Okay.
Solid card. One Veer. Because it can chain block onto core for
Right.
summon. And it can also increase by 500, and it's also quite a cool little Sour Dragon. Normal summon it, and just contact fuse out if needs be.
Okay.
And then the big original
Yep. Classic.
classic Sour Dragon. No more to say.
Nope.
Special summons itself is amazing. It looks awesome. That's the last of the proper Sour Dragons. Then I ran 2 Galaxy Soldiers.
Not 3.
I did have it at 3 initially when I came up, but I decided to drop it down to 2 for 2 reasons. One, because I was running out of space to try and find other things to put in, and I didn't want to jump the deck above 40. And 2, at 2 it can still play off its effect and work with summoning at the other, and it gets it out of the deck and out of the way. The idea of running the 3rd is if they negate the first one, then you've still got another one playing about.
Yeah.
But at 2 it did work. It worked better than I thought it actually would do. So I might keep it at 2.
Yeah. Okay.
But again, if you want to play it at 3 other Sour Dragon players, then go for gold. It's awesome. Right, now for the other machine type monsters.
Yep.
Well, first off, Electromagnetic Turtle, because it's a card which not everyone expects you to play in Sour Dragon, especially going into big tournaments like this. And it does help you out incredibly if you just ditch that with Galaxy Soldier or Nashta or your Foolish Burial with it. It provides you, it can banish it at the beginning of the battle phase, end of the battle phase. And if nothing else, it means they have to use up an effect or a call by the grave to try and stop it, and that can give you a little bit of leeway here and there. So,
Okay.
solid card.
Yep. Definitely.
2 Jizuku, the Star Destroying Kaiju. Again, it's a machine, so you can tribute out their monsters, summon it, and then contact fuse, because contact fusing is what Sour Dragons love to do. And as one game today was, if they summon out a Kaiju and get rid of the Kaiju, and you got it in hand and they're not expecting you, you can always just special summon it to your side of the field for lols.
True.
And it's it's pretty solid. Or in theory, you can monster reborn it as well.
Okay.
Last of the monsters, classic 3 Ash.
Only 3.
Well, I did think about playing a 4th, but it's illegal.
Okay.
So-
Fair point.
Yeah, I thought 3 might be a little bit more sensible.
Okay.
It's Ash. Summons.
All right. And spells.
Right, spells. Here we go. I run 3 machine dupe.
Can't understand why you run 3. I think you should only run 1.
Yeah, I was thinking that, but no. So machine dupe targets a monster with 500 attack lower or lower, and you can special summon as many copies of it.
Right.
And considering that this deck runs Core, Nashta, and Hertz, all of which under 500 as a target, and the additional effect of all the Sour Dragons that they become Sour Dragon on the field, means that you can machine dupe a Core, and then you can summon out 2 Sour Dragon.
The original.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And if they Veiler it or they try and hit Core, then you can just summon out 2 more Cores, and that's always quite fun because then you can link them away. So it's a very good card, and plus if you do that and you draw 2, you can also do it again. I didn't manage to do that this tournament, but I have done it before in the past. Where I've done one, they've either ashed or they've done the hit the Core. So then I've done the second one on the new Core and summon out 2 more Sour Dragons, and I just build out a whole field, and
Cool.
they cry. 3 Cyber Emergency. The Searcher of the deck, in terms of spell cards, or one of 2 searchers, but the main one, allows you to search out a light machine monster that can be normal summoned, or set, or Sour Dragon monster. So.
Okay.
And plus, if they negate it, you can discard one to add it back to hand.
Right. So it recurs itself.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. It's good.
Then 2 cyber repair plants. This is a bit more of a searcher / recycler, depending on what state of the game you're in. And plus, if you already used your emergency, you can always do a repair plant to search out another machine, because it searches out a light machine. Or you can recycle your light machines from your grave into your deck. So,
okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Solid at 2. Next up, Twin Twisters. Playing that at 2. Yeah, it's Twin Twisters. I discarded blow up 2 back row. Saw some action today. In the last game I wish I had more of them. So I got one in the side, but didn't see it.
Yeah.
1 rev system. Essentially, monster reborn for Cyber Dragons. It's supposed to summon Cyber Dragon from your hand or from your graveyard, then that card can't be destroyed by card effects. Important to know that it's not targeting, and so if they try and call by the grave, whatever you do, you can always just do another target. Because it's not targeting. Overload Fusion. Banish to Fusion Summon. So you go for your Chimera attacks, i.e. your Rampage.
Yep.
So that it can Rampage across the field.
Yep.
Next up we have Cyberload Fusion and Super Poly. The only reason I put these two together is because I put in Super Poly purely because I didn't have another Cyberload Fusion. And I adjusted my extra deck slightly accordingly. But yeah, I would side this if not else. Cyberload Fusion, it fuses your field and your Banish Zone to summon out a Cyber Dragon monster.
Okay.
I.e. Cyber Fusion. But only that monster can attack after this card has gone off.
Okay.
So, and because it's a quick play, you can do it in your battle phase, which I managed to do this tournament, where I attacked with all my monsters, then I activated Cyberload Fusion. I fused with my banished monsters and monster on the field to summon out 2 more attacks against my opponent.
Cool.
And Super Poly itself, you know, no explanation needed. Really.
No, Super Poly.
Yeah, and as I say, I adjusted my deck slightly accordingly, but wasn't great.
Yeah, no.
Last one, Foolish Burial. Send one monster from deck to the graveyard. It allows me to send, all the level 1s Sand Turtle.
Alright, so on to the traps.
Right, so the traps are as follows. It's very simple. I run 3 Infinite Impermanents.
Yep.
Because essentially Effect Vader. Plus, if you look, it has Cyber Infinity as the artwork, which means it must be played in Cybers. It's part of the law. And, yep. Negates effects. Also, for set, you activate it, it can knock out a column spell-wise.
Yep.
Which is quite useful, especially when you go up against stuff like Mech Knights and whatnot, where they try and activate a trap and you can quick it onto them.
Endangered Warriors.
It locks out the trap and means that or spell, and it gives you half a chance. So that was Impermanence. Then last trap is Cybernetic Overflow. Very simple. Cybernetic Overflow. You can banish any number of levels of Cyber Dragon between 1 and 5 or infinity, and it can blow up that many cards on the field.
Okay.
Banishment is not cost, activation's cost. So, and plus, if it dies, it allows you to search out a Cyber Spell or Trap.
Okay.
Which basically means it's another searcher.
Cool.
Yeah, fairly solid. And that is the main deck.
All right. So, extra deck.
Extra decks, yep.
Yeah, let's go on to the extra deck.
Right, well, as if you've listened to Matt's deck profile before this, you may know, or if not afterwards, this is the famous Link Rebo.
For Matt's deck profile, check out the link in the description below.
And Link Rebo, you can tribute it so that the attacking monster becomes 0. See, and then the other thing it can do is that you contribute a level 1 monster to special summon it from the graveyard.
Right.
That effect is once returned. The other effect to tribute to turn the attack 0 isn't, which is why you're able to spam it out if you already have a level 1 monster established on board while it's in grave.
Yeah.
So that's always a fun little card. Next up is Quillfort Genius. Knocks out effects of monsters, or the Link monsters. I didn't really use the effect much. I mainly used it for the zones. And to be honest, I was trying to decide whether to put this in or not, only to try and find another card instead of that didn't require 2 machines. But I did summon it. It was very useful. It even got off an attack.
Okay.
And it's very good. Potentially could also be switched out for another Cyber Seeger.
Okay.
And speaking of Cyber Dragon Seeger, the Cyber Dragon Link. Basically, this has a walking boost to itself, and it can increase 2/1 monster or 2/1 machine monster by 2/1. And then if it does that, nobody takes any battle from attacks involving this, or nobody takes any damage from attacks involving this card. So that you can basically cyber honest some of your stuff and get away with it. Right, next up we have Cyber Dragon Nova.
Right.
which is highly underrated cyber card for many people. Detach one, summon back a Cyber Dragon. So since everything is Cyber Dragon in the graveyard, including Seeger, you could summon back Seeger, theoretically, or any of the other, or Nashta, and then Nashta will summon back Seeger. So it's quite fun like that. The other thing you can do, which I used this duel actually, this tournament actually, and I've used previously, is that if you stick on Nova going into battle phase, then you can attack, and doing damage calculation, you can banish a Cyber Dragon from field or hand, and it will gain 2/1 attack.
Okay, so it's very big.
Yeah, so a lovely little combo is using Seeger's effect to boost up this, so it becomes 4/2, then attack with this, and detach, then banish a Cyber Dragon, and it becomes 6/3, which is quite a lot of damage.
Except it's not going to do any damage.
Well, this won't do any damage, but this will.
Ah, right, okay.
So, and then, of course, after Nova, we must have the Infinity. Very self-explanatory. It's roughly 3 effects. It can absorb cards, monster cards are in attack position as overlay units. It can detach one to negate any monster, spell, or trap card or effect. So if there's a face-up card on the field and it activates an effect, you can negate it. It can also gain attack for each overlay unit, 200 for each. So for having 2 overlay units onto it, which is maybe something you would have, it would be a 2/5 solid. Right. Then we hit the fusions. Kinetic Rampage Dragon. When it's fusion summoned, it blows up your opponent's back row.
Yep.
Or spells and traps up to the number of fusion materials. So if you use 2, it blows up 2. If you use 3, it blows up 3. If you use 5, it blows up 5.
Okay.
Very simple.
Yep.
The other thing it can do, it can ditch any light machine monsters from your deck to the graveyard, and it can attack 2 additional times for each one. So you can do it twice, or ditch twice, so it gains 3 attacks.
Okay.
Other advantage it has is that apart from it being level 5, you can go into Nova. The other thing you can do is combine it with Seeger's effect. It becomes 4/2. It attacks 3 times 4/2.
Yeah.
The other worthwhile thing pointing out about it is that if you're going first, you can utilise the effect ditching, because you don't have to use the attacks or indeed end battle phase.
Okay.
So, quite useful. Then we have Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon.
Yep.
Solid to go up against those mirror matches, all those other pesty machine matches where they've got multiple machines and you just go contact views, summon out. It's good like that in a lot of ways. And it gets 1,000 for each material used in its summon.
Right. Yeah.
Fairly solid. Then the slight change I made to my deck, as I said with super polarization, was that I put in a Starving Venom Fusion Dragon.
Okay.
This is because all crests are still around at some level. There are other dark types around, and I was looking for a monster to try and combat that with the super poly, and so this was the obvious target. Sums itself out, and it gains attack. Didn't use it once this tournament, and I'll probably take it out afterwards in favour of something else more fibery, more machiney.
Okay.
Then going back to Cybers, we have Cyber Twin Dragon.
Yep. 2 attacks.
Yep, 2 attacks, 2 heads, 2/8 attack. Lovely little monster. I summoned it and went for game using the Cyberlow Fusion card because it is pretty good like that.
Yep.
Then 2 Mega Fleet, Chimera Tech Mega Fleet Dragon.
Yep.
What this one does, it can fuse with an extra monster zone in the extra monster zone monster, and the Cyber Dragon. So if you've got 2 extra monster zones and 1 Cyber Dragon, it can fuse all 3 or just 2, and it will gain 1,200 attack for each material.
Right.
Saw a lot of action today, and was very, very useful.
Okay.
In terms of breakables. The other useful thing to note about that and Fortress is these may be dark, but they cannot be used for fusion materials. So if somebody tries to super poly you, or one of these, they can't, because it can't be used for super polymerization material. It's not a fusion material.
Okay.
If they try and come back with it's super poly, you can't respond to it. Not a response, it's just a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Next up is Cyber Eternity Dragon, which is the answer to my last card, or the counterpart to my last card, which is Cyber End Dragon. I didn't see Eternity today, but what it does, it fusion summons itself. Also, it can be fusion summoned by 1 Cyber Dragon and 2 other machine type monsters.
Yeah.
It can't be destroyed by your opponent's card effects or targeted by your opponent's card effects. If it dies, it allows you to special summon a Cyber Dragon from your deck, hand, or graveyard. And the other thing it can do is that you can banish it from the graveyard to give your fusion monsters protection, basically. It's got 4k defense, solid, lovely card. Counterpart in terms of attack and defense is the original Cyber End Dragon. This one did see action today. So
Cyber End,
lovely monster. 3 Cyber Dragons to make it. I use Cyber Fusion plus some banished Cyber Dragon and Seeger to make it, because Cyber Dragons counted as fusion. Cyber Dragon monsters count as Cyber Dragons on the field. And yeah, it's 4k beat stick, and it can deal piercing damage to your opponent. So why not?
Yeah,
That's what I figured.
big body.
Yeah.
All right. On to the side.
Sides. Very simple sides. They weren't, I didn't really go into them thinking I was going to be using a lot of them apart from the main ones. So, got 3 Droll.
Yep.
Because Spiral.
Yep. Nope. Understandable.
3 Gamma and Cypher Driver, because going up, going second, if they try and do stuff to try and block you off, you can throw these out, try and hit them.
Right.
They're also light, so you can discard them for Galaxy Soldier Summon.
Okay.
2 Ghost Ogre, because wasn't sure what I was going to face, and they are relatively good against Altergeist players.
Yep.
Didn't see an Altergeist player, didn't really see them at all, so yeah.
Okay.
Grass 2 mode. This is an idea I had from another guild member of mine, who runs these in his Cyber Dragon variant. I thought I'd take them in place of Nibiru.
Okay.
The only downside of that is that it can't be targeted for attack and defense, and the way that he uses it is that he actually runs Ra. So he waits for it to flop back into his side of the field and take it out.
Go into Ra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't have Ra because I forgot it, so it just sat there as an option to try and knock out their big boards to allow me to get my big board out.
Okay.
If they used it for a summon and whatnot, then great. It did see action today, and it was quite good. Limited removal, double attack, destroys monsters in the end, but theoretically there shouldn't be an end to the turn. So
Yeah.
Twin Twisters, because I run
Third copy
of Twin Twisters. I did side it, and this one did see action. It's pretty good to run 3 against some decks. And the other, Altergeist. And the other one I ran into was another Cybernetic Overflow, purely because running 2, they try and hit the first one, and that's the only one you got. What am I going to do? You've got a second one. You can always go course, add that back to hand, set another, set it again.
Also,
if you've already got one, you can set them both, and if they hit one, then you still got one in spare.
Also, it's a good option for going first.
And it's a good option for going first, certainly, to put 2 in.
All right.
2 in.
All right. So last couple questions. I'm not going to ask you your favorite Ojama color like I normally do. We've done that. So first thing, favorite and least favorite matchup today.
Favorite matchup, I went up against a mirror match with Cyber Dragon. That was one of my favorite matchup of the day, purely because I was able to get Cyber and Dragon out both times to win.
Okay.
And that's always fun, especially with this kind of funny fusion deck.
Yep.
And worst matchup would probably be Spirals, mainly because I didn't draw into anything first turn I could hold them off with. First game. Second game, I did win, but then third game, I started to put my stuff in, didn't really see any of it. That became relevant, and he just ran over me. So it wasn't great.
All right. So, do you have fun?
Yeah, it was great fun.
All right. Sounds good. And thanks.